Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talking About Rock. I'm Rob Edwards. We are sponsored by School of Rock, Rochester, New York. We're there taking pre-enrollment now at 585-400-7625 in Victor, New York. Today's guest has released 3 albums for his project, Pyramids on Mars, and is also the host of Pyramids on Mars, UFO Radio. Coming up, we chat with guitar virtuoso Kevin Estrella, next on Talking About Rock. Okay, folks, let's welcome Kevin Estrella from Pyramids on Mars to the show. Hello, Kevin. How goes it today?
It's going pretty awesome. How are you doing?
Good, good. Happy New Year to you, man. 2023. Here we go, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited for what's going to be going on this year. I got new game plans and big things happening, so I'm very excited.
Excellent. Yeah, it's been a little while since we chatted last. I think it's been quite almost a year, maybe. So what's going on with yourself and your projects there?
Well, let's see. We have been promoting Cosmic Angels for the last year with the release of a few new music videos, including Dolphin's Paradise, and we released Phoenix from the Ashes and Drown Dragon's Wings music videos for those. You guys should check those out. Really cool video footage, really exciting songs that really tell a story. And we have 2 other music videos which are going to be released in the next few months. January 23rd, we're releasing the song Echoes of Peter Steele, which is a tribute to Peter Steele of the band Typo Negative. So it's very sad song. It was a very sad song when I wrote it. We have that coming up, and then there's going to be another release for another music video for Lufthansa air tanks that'll be coming in a few months too. So that's pretty exciting, and that has a lot of World War II footage. Talking about the hidden history of World War II, which was forbidden to talk about, which includes some Hanabus, which are reverse engineered ET extraterrestrial UFOs that the Nazis actually had, and that's why thus the name Foo Fighters. That's where that came up from World War II. People thought that they were extraterrestrial UFOs they were seeing. Well, there could have been some of those, but actually a lot of them were actually German made. So things that they don't talk about.
Right. And you also host a radio show also, as you're doing all your videos and everything else, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, my radio show is Pyramids on Mars UFO Radio on the Artist First Network. And that show has been running for about 6 years now, where I interview a lot of experiencers, researchers, human extraterrestrial hybrids who are here on the planet, who have a little bit more extra DNA that's a little bit more than just human. And I talk with a lot of experiencers. I mean, I'm an experiencer. I have ET contact here in my condo all the time, and they leave handprints. The Ponte up here, who are the Zeta group that I work with. I work very closely with them, and I have an open invitation policy here in my place, and they show up. And it's really cool. They're invisible, but they let me know that they're there because they have handprints, and sometimes they'll back the bump on my couch when I'm playing my PS4. It's quite a wild experience, my life.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. And like you said, you were talking to people that have some of the same experiences on your show, right? So you're interviewing different people every week.
Yes. Every month I interview somebody new who is an experiencer, who has a good story and has a lot of validity to their cases. My next guest is going to be on tomorrow night, and it's actually Greg Godovitz of the band Goddo.
Oh, okay.
And he's a very well spoken about his ET experiences that he's had for all his life. So he's very outspoken about it, and he's got quite the stories to tell. And they show up for him a lot. UFOs show up for him a lot, and he's had ET encounters, including one that took place on board a jet plane. Flying, and this guy had sat next to him who was much taller than other people, and he only had like 4 fingers. And next thing I know, Greg realizes that he's waking up, and the guy's gone. He's disappeared, and doesn't know what happened.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're talking to people all over the country, I assume, that have had these type of experiences and stuff. Has there been any certain areas where it seems to be more concentrated, or you get more reports or hear more about it at all?
Well, let's see. A lot of the people who I've had on my show have been from the United States, some from Canada, and then we'll have a few from Australia in that area and New Zealand. So some of some very important experiencers are from Australia and New Zealand, but a lot of the United States as well, in Canada. So
cool. And all these
there's a lot of
experiences,
UFO activity in the United States.
and all these experiences you yourself have went through kind of led you to this project to create this music, right?
Yeah, it was my first album, Pyramids on Mars, but the whole reason I created the band and created the name was to help educate people about the extraterrestrial presence, of extraterrestrials, on our planet, and also in our galaxy. I mean, there are pyramids on Mars. There was an ancient civilization on Mars, and they've been around, forever. Their presence has been written in every single history from all corners of the world, and it's quite well known. These star nation beings who have had an influence in our history, but a lot of it has been suppressed, and a lot of that information is controlled or has been purposely destroyed.
Right. We're just starting to scratch the surface on some of that now. And you were talking about the videos that you've been making, and I've been checking those out. And I really like the one for A Dolphin's Paradise. Can you tell us a little bit about that track?
Sure. That song was written in one take, actually. The chord progression was the first thing that came together with that song, and the song had a real kind of Pink Floyd feeling to it. If you listen to like Sheep off the Animals album,
Yeah, great album.
A lot of that influence. Yeah, a lot of that song actually came into an influence when writing that song. It just fit perfectly, especially when you got the bass. What the bass is doing, it sounded like something that Roger Waters would play, and the guitar just had this really nice bouncing melody to it, and these really nice chords, and it's just. But the whole theme of the song, it developed more when I started writing the melodies for the song. And if you listen to it very carefully, the melodies of the guitars, it's 2 guitars, and it's actually like 2 dolphins singing together. And that was what I was hearing when I wrote this song, was 2 dolphins singing together, and they're kind of their stories are crossing over, they're singing together, and some are slightly off, but they harmonize well together. And it ends, and the whole video it's basically a tribute to dolphins who are they're not, I don't think that they're actually indigenous to Earth. I believe that they did come from the Pleiades, but they are very intelligent, very intelligent beings. Their brains are 3 times bigger than ours. It's scientifically proven they have their own language. They communicate together,
right.
And they're very, very intelligent. Dolphins are very intelligent.
Yeah, I thought it was a really unique song and a unique video as well. So I was going to take a quick pause here, and we're going to play the video for A Dolphin's Paradise, and we'll be right back here with Kevin on Talking. All right, we're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the video for Dolphins Paradise, and like you were saying, very unique song. How they're kind of melding the two sounds together with that kind of Pink Floyd-esque type of undertone to it. Very cool, very cool stuff you got coming out, and you got other videos you've been releasing and stuff. And you talked a little bit in the beginning about this work you're going to do, and I think we're going to show the teaser trailer later for that. But can you tell us about the tribute song again that you have coming out?
Sure, Echoes of Peter Steele.
Yeah.
A very interesting story behind that song. See, half my album was recorded on my signature guitar, that guitar was designed by Alex Lifeson of Rush, but the rest of the album was recorded on my Gibson Les Paul Gothic. But the guitar was retuned to a very, very low Baroque baritone setting, but I didn't tune the guitar. It was actually, I found out that it was actually retuned by one of the Ponty, by the name of Grayson, who tuned it to like a low A, like a drop D, but then like drop D, like Tool does, but then the whole guitar is then dropped down to a low A, so it's really low. And I didn't do it. It was somebody else who retuned my guitar. And one day I just picked up the guitar, and it just had this brilliant sound to it, and the tuning was correct, that it sounded like something like Typo Negative. And once I started playing the first chord, boom, I just started playing this chord progression, and I could hear the whole band playing behind me. I could hear the bass, I could hear the drums, I could hear the keyboards, I could hear everything. And the whole song was written in one take. And it was just a communication of how I was feeling. And all I could think about was about Peter Steele, because that's what the song felt like. And I was a huge Typo Negative fan. I saw them 3 times in concert. I just loved their music, their sound, everything. And Peter Steele's charisma on stage, how tall he was, and drinking, a bottle of wine from the bottle, and just everything about him. Like, their sound was unlike any band I ever heard before. And I was just devastated when I heard that he had died. And then when I started playing the song, it just sounded like Typo Negative, and I just let it keep going and going. And I just had these images running through my mind. And I was full of just like total sadness, and you hear it in the song. It's brutal for me to listen to.
Oh yeah. Well, you folks were good enough to share a little teaser, and I was wondering if we can share that with our audience real quick, maybe to a little teaser on your video that's coming out.
Sure, please do.
Okay, we'll check that out. We'll be right back here again with Kevin on Talking About Rock. Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the video teaser there for you folks. When is the full video going to be released here for this?
January 23rd is when it drops.
Okay, so it's coming up. They got a little bit of time to wait yet, but really cool stuff. A little dark there, but pretty neat. I'm liking that a lot. Definitely.
Oh, thank you.
So what do you got next coming up on the horizon for you? You got some more videos coming out, or are you working on another album also? What else going on?
Actually, what I've got going on is I made the decision to get back out and start playing live again. So I have a bass player who I'm auditioning this month, and hopefully things will work out, and we'll start rehearsing and start playing again in the Toronto area. Toronto and Southern Ontario. So that is really exciting. I'm really excited to get back out, and because my music is supposed to be played live. That's the way to experience it.
Exactly.
So Yeah, my brother came over the holidays, and I played him a little private concert here in my condo, and quite blown away by what he was hearing. So, and he's a real critic too, but he was very impressed.
So
So,
he's giving
yeah, I'm
you
really happy about that.
his definitely honest opinion. Yeah, but definitely the live music experience is what it's all about. And something else you wanted to add for us today?
Yeah, there's some other really exciting news that happened. I was commissioned by someone to write a song for a very important experiencer, and whose health is not very good. And I worked really hard on this song, and there's a lot of incredible things that came through on it. And I didn't realize that they that there's actually a Hollywood motion picture that's being made of her book.
Oh wow!
And after she heard the song, she was so emotionally moved by the song to her soul, in regards to all the elements with the birds in the song and just the images that were coming through, that she wants to have that song, my song, in that Hollywood motion picture.
Oh,
So
excellent.
I'm really excited about that.
Can you tell us what song it's going to be? That's going to be in there, or not yet?
Yeah, it's called "I Choose Light, I Choose Love." And if you go to my Bandcamp, where all my albums are, you can actually purchase it there. It's already up and live, and people have been buying it. So if you go to Pyramids on Mars and then follow the link to buy music, it'll instantly take you to the page, and you can listen to it right there. But it's
Cool.
it's written as a soundtrack, as a music soundtrack to a movie.
And they're
So
filming
that's the
that
way the
now,
song goes.
or
They are filming it now.
okay,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. So that's another thing we can look forward to check out on your site. I'm sure you'll be telling us when that's out, and we can check out the movie for that. Very, very cool stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. All right.
Well, very, very
Exactly.
cool. So hopefully we see some dates for you shortly with that. Where should folks check that out? Should they check you out on social media for upcoming shows, or?
Yeah, follow the website pyramidsonmars.com. That's the best place to check. Also, concert announcements, of course, will be on Facebook, and follow me on Pyramids on Mars on Facebook. Everything will be posted there whenever new shows will come up. So that's a great place to that we get the announcements, because I'll make sure that they get out.
Cool, cool. We look forward to that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Folks, check out Pyramids on Mars. They'll be hopefully playing out very soon. New material, new videos coming out. Kevin, always excellent to speak with you.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it so much.
And if you folks out there want to know more about us, you have questions or comments, please feel free to email us at talkingboutrock@gmail.com. You can like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our videos are on our YouTube channel, and you can check out the audio on all the streaming services. Again, Kevin, Happy New Year, man. Thanks for coming back and updating us.
Yeah, thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you too.
All right, have a good night.
Cheers, man.